The Gems of Yesteryear held their 12th annual Teachers' Day program last Monday. Renata Cott reports.
The Education District of New Amsterdam Kanji retired teachers, also known as the Gems of Yesteryear, on Monday, October 5th, hosted its 12th annual International Teachers' Day program at the Mission Chapel Congregational Church. Reflecting on the Mission Chapel's contribution to education, retired teacher and mayor of New Amsterdam, Miss Winifred Haywood, gave a brief history of the church.
After a most successful ministry at Bethel Chapel, Leary Souvenir, East Coast Demerara, the Reverend John Ray was invited to Berbice by the commissioners for managing Crown property. Their main objective was for Ray to preach the gospel to the slaves on various estates in the colony, and Ray readily accepted the challenge. He arrived in Berbice during 1813 and planted his first church, Orange Chapel at Sanford, West Country. As New Amsterdam grew in importance as a township, he started to hold the worship services at various locations in the town. He made several attempts to secure permanent accommodation, but his efforts were thwarted by the powerful contemporacy. However, in 1818, he received a windfall, $400. With this money, he bought a plot of land, lot 12 Chapel Street of New Amsterdam, from a widow who wanted to return to England. He immediately started holding worship services under the now famous tamarind tree, and the first mission chapel was completed and dedicated in February 1819.
Following its establishment, the church opened a school that paved the way for more children to access education during the 1800s.
During 1822, the Mission Chapel Congregational School was built and the church was enlarged. However, in the aftermath of the Demerara Uprising in August 1823, both church and school were destroyed by arson at the instigation of an embittered plantocracy. A second mission chapel building was completed and rededicated in June 1825. The number of converts continued to increase, so this second building eventually became too small. The cornerstone of the third and present mission chapel was laid in 1841 during the ministry of Reverend Ebenezer Davis.
Mission Chapel was designated a historic monument by the government of Guyana in 1966. It is also one of the first churches to teach slaves to read. The Gems of Yesteryear was formed in 2008.
And as a group of retired educators, did not subscribe to the bias misconception that retirement meant inactivity, extinction, and rocking chairs. The education system itself treated us with contempt for getting our sterling contributions and seldom invited us to main events. However, the intent and determining factor for the formation of the group was social interaction and service.
That was Jem Carmen Johnson as she looked back on the works of the group over the years.
The founder group included Lakshminaran Singh, Kamruddin, Nan Kishore, Rajmangal, Ivy Tong, Morna Chapman, all now deceased. There is now a core group which meet to plan. These plans mainly include overseas and inland trips, cookouts, birthday parties, and International Teachers Day.
The GEMS continue to serve their community.
What is relevant and of significance is that members of this group are providing leadership, support, motivation, and a source of reference to social, political, religious, and economical organizations in the community. In this, its 12th year, the group must intentionally pursue its own Royal Commission starting in 2008.
To close things off, Jen Glynn Lambert recited the poem The Master's Hand.
And many a man with life out of tune and battered and torn with sin is auctioned cheap to the thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, again, and he travels on. He's going once and going twice. He's going and almost gone. But the master comes, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a toll and the chain that's wrought by the touch of the master's hand.
Due to the coronavirus, the group was unable to host its regular celebrations. However, they took the time this year to reflect on their achievements as teachers and leaders in society. Reporting for Channel 8 News, Renetta Kurt.